Well, guys, here's where I'm at with the mill. Uh, I went to Grizzly the other day and bought and have since returned a 2-axis slide with a rotary. They didn't have a decent sized slide without a rotary. So, in addition to that slide, I hooked on my own slide, which is it's really just for holding a chuck from an old lathe. It's an extra that I got when I bought a lathe and sold the lathe. Anyway, um, nobody has drill bits that are long enough. So I had a 5 millimeter that wasn't reaching. It couldn't get all the way in that hole. So I've got to do a little bit more. I spent the entire day or most of the day just going out and trying to find the drill bit. So even like Menards doesn't even have metric bits. So this thing is just a little bit too short. So I had to get on Amazon and order. So basically, everybody within 40 miles of Springfield and Nixon, Missouri has absolutely nothing because they're all just a bunch of fucking hicks, I guess. There's no metric bits. I mean, most people don't even sell them. So I've been stuck on that and vehicle issues for the past week. And so there she is. She's still, I mean, very slowly coming together, but not very well. I'm kind of disappointed at this point that it's taken me this long just to realize that I needed a longer drill bit to get around that one piece there. So just missing that cost me, I don't know. I can't remember when the bits are going to get here, tomorrow or the next day, whatever. I had so many delays, so I got this car stereo and ended up having problems and had to spend the rest of my day after that problem trying to figure out how to update, and finally updating the actual car stereo. I didn't even know that was a thing, but apparently nowadays when you buy a car stereo, you have to update the flipping thing. So she's now updated, and had a check engine light going on and finally figured out what that is. And I think it's, I got to switch out spark plugs on my car. I got an OBD2 scanner that I ordered, and it'll do everything. And just got that figured out tonight. So all these little things get in the way, unfortunately. But I think by next weekend, hopefully it'll be together. So the panels back there, I've still got to cut, and I couldn't cut them until I actually got the right bit to do that with. And I guess they have those at Lowe's, but I ordered one, and I guess that finally showed up. So I'll have to modify my table here so that it will have a guide over here and move all this stuff out of the way, because this is actually my router table that I built some time ago. I made a flush mount. It looks like a mess, but there's a method to the madness. So I got to cut those panels. I've got some other clear polycarbonate panels in the house. They're actually cheaper to order through Amazon than they were to get from the local plastic supply place, Regal Plastics in Springfield. I guess I wasn't surprised. They've always been just a little bit too high on their pricing. And I guess I better make sure I oil that so it doesn't get rusty again. I'm not sure if I did. So this is another thing that's been taking me a while to figure out, is mounting the X-axis. And I had to take off a piece of steel I had mounted here, and I don't know what I was thinking, but I finally figured out that this is how I want to do it, because I need to have this part as low as I can have it and be able to actually grab onto that slide there. And what I came up with is a design that requires me to bend some stainless steel. So I got some 3/16, which is pretty damn thick. It's, what is this? I think that's almost a 1/4 inch. So it doesn't really need to be a 1/4 inch because that would be overkill. But it'll be plenty strong to hold this up and have absolutely no play in it whatsoever. So this is, I've got to take that off and put this on there. This is something that mounts right there. And then I'll have the plate mount against that. And I got to do TIG, so it won't just be a flat piece of steel. It's going to have an angle to it. And bending it is the easy part. I can bend that with oxygen acetylene, but then I want to make it look nice when I finish it off. So it's going to have some TIG weld to make it cross member support. So there's absolutely zero play in that. And I think I'm going to have to add to this as well, because these are 1/4 inch and they're actually super stout. And I'm actually not sure if I want to change that or not, because if it does run into a problem, then having a little bit of flex here might be a good thing. And then I got to make the plates that I fit in here so that these aren't just open on the end. And that's not a big deal on this though, because it's not like those are going to get debris or water in them, because this whole thing is going to be completely covered in HDPE on all sides, including the whole tray and all that. So that way I can be running coolant. I can be running coolant at pretty good pressure and cutting at really high speed. And that can just be spraying stuff everywhere from that. It's not something you can do on a regular mill. So real production CNCs use that, and they'll actually be fully enclosed. This one's only going to come up to here. And then I want to do a wood system too on this. And I'm not committed to this, but if I wanted to make a lot of money on this machine, the best way to do it is not even making metal parts. It's making dollhouses out of wooden pallets, which are hardwood. And you can get hardwood for $10 a pallet, or for free if you know where to go. And you can turn something basically that costs nothing into something that you can sell for at least $1,000. And it just takes a good design and a machine like this. Fun stuff, right? Anyway, that's all I have for now. I'm sorry I didn't get too far on this. So I'll have another update in a few days. Mike out.